Hey everyone, it's Hollingsworth, and today I'm going to be starting an entire new series because everyone on all my social media has been asking me for tons of advice on tons of different topics, so I figured I'd start to just break them down one by one because I obviously can't give you a bunch of advice on a million topics at once, at least good advice. So I'm going to try to start my very first topic of my advice from summer series. Today I'm going to be talking about high school, and this advice could be if you're already in high school, if you're about to go into high school. It doesn't really matter how far into high school you are. This advice will be helpful for you regardless of your current state or age. And I really wanted to make this video because when I was going into high school, I didn't really have any advice from people. It was kind of just like I was thrown into high school. I didn't really have any high school friends I could look up to and kind of get to know and learn a lot about. So I figured that this would definitely help you guys out a lot because a lot of these things I wish that I would have been told when I was about to go into high school, because it would have definitely changed a lot of my actions and my decisions throughout high school. Because high school kind of is a place where you fuck up, you make mistakes, and there are a lot of things that can go wrong. So anyways, I hope this advice really helps some of you. Going into high school can be a very terrifying experience. Anyone that has gone to high school probably knows that before you go into high school, you're honestly shitting your pants. You're really excited, but it's also a really scary thing. It's kind of like a stepping stone into life where you're old enough to kind of make your own decisions and act almost like an adult, but not old enough to be treated like an adult. Because you're at that age that's right before adulthood, right before you're on your own, but you're not actually on your own. And you think that you're old enough and you are prepared to make all of these adult decisions, but in reality, you're really not. And God, did I hate that feeling so much, because I always thought that I was completely grown up and no one could tell me what to do, and I already knew what I was doing and I didn't need help from anyone. And I honestly regret that big time nowadays, because like I said before, there are so many things I would have done differently in high school. So my first piece of advice is don't do things that you normally wouldn't do to fit in. Stay true to yourself, because if you are going around trying to be someone that you're not in order to please all of these people, you're gonna lose who you really are, and you're not gonna meet the people and become friends with the people that you truly want to be friends with. Think about it. I was a nerd in high school. I liked video games so much for a lot of high school. That was my thing. That's all I did. And if I was to go around trying to hang out with the jock kids, I wouldn't really fit in. You know, they'd be like, oh yeah, what's your favorite sports team? And I'd be like, and you end up having to go to all these events that you don't give a shit about just so you can be friends with these people that you truly have nothing in common with, and you're only pretending to have things in common with those people. So always, no matter what, be yourself and don't change yourself for a bunch of people. Who you really are should be really important to yourself, and you should never ever change that, ever. You should go out and make friends that are like you. Don't try to fit in with anyone else. If you are a nerd, go find nerdy kids. Become friends with nerdy kids, because that is who you will bond with the easiest. And then you're not changing who you are for some group of people that honestly probably won't like you anyway, because you're gonna be pretending to be someone else. How do you expect to build a lifelong bond with someone through high school if their entire life is something that you really don't give a shit about? My second really big piece of advice is make a lot of friends, but be prepared for those friends to potentially stab you in the back. Throughout high school, time and time again, I noticed that I would meet this friend. It seemed like everything was going great. I thought they liked me. I thought they were cool. And then next week, I figured out that they were talking shit to Cindy about me, or talking shit to Billy about me, about how he didn't like my hair, or how he didn't like I play video games, or something fucking stupid. Or another example, even if you're really close friends, it could even be your best friend. If you're really close friends with someone, just know that there's always a chance that they will fuck you over. High school is a place where people really do not truly know who they are yet. Everyone in high school is trying to discover themselves, and through that, they may find out that they no longer like this group of people. Maybe you were a nerd at one point. All of a sudden, you decide that you don't really like video games anymore, and that you kind of like sports a lot more now. Regardless, that doesn't really justify that person fucking you over, but it's a place where at any moment they could go find another group group of friends. That being said, do not be afraid to go and meet new friends, because hidden within all of the bad people is bound to be someone good, someone that you will potentially be friends with for your entire life. Throughout high school, my group of friends did change multiple times, but I did end up finding a really good group of friends that I am still friends with to this day. Honestly, I'm still friends with most of them to this day. Several people within my closely knit circle did fuck me over, but I did gain friends that today I definitely will not find anywhere else in the world, because these friends, I built relationships that will last forever. My third piece of advice: being popular is not as important as you think. If you're not popular, don't worry about it. What really is even being popular? Being popular, I guess, is being liked by a lot of people. Think about it though. What does that really matter in the big picture? What does being liked by a lot of people really mean? Sure, you may have a lot of people that like you, but who cares? It really does not matter as much as a lot of people make it out to. Popularity to a lot of people is some big competition that does not actually matter at all. You don't gain anything from popularity. It doesn't really benefit you in any way. Later in life, people aren't going to be saying like, wow, oh my god, is that John Doe? Oh my god, he was so popular in high school. I need to go talk to that kid because he just was so cool in high school. I bet he's just the coolest guy ever now. All popularity really does is surround you with a bunch of people that aren't your friends. They're a bunch of people that like you, but they're not actually your friends. All of those people that you are friends with throughout popularity won't be your friends for long. My fourth piece of advice: your current problems that you have in your high school life will not matter in the future. And by that I mean, don't stress yourself out because, you know, maybe Cindy said something bad about you, or Jimmy wants to fight you, or you got suspended at school. It really does not matter as much as you think. Think of it like this. Whenever you have a problem, think to yourself, will this be the end of the world 4 or 5 years from now? Will it really impact my life? If so, then it is a real problem. But if not, it is not as important as you think. Don't let your problems throughout high school completely ruin you as a person and put you in a depression or just ruin your life, because high school life doesn't last as long as you might think. Before you know it, your 4 years of high school will be up, and you will literally not have to worry about 99% of those kids ever again. 99% of the people that go to your high school, you will literally never see ever again. And people always said that to me my entire life, but I never truly took it to heart. I always kind of just brushed it off. You know, it seemed like a good piece of advice, but it never became reality until I graduated. Once you graduate, all of a sudden you realize that all the problems that you've been having with these kids, you'll never have to worry about ever again. Those kids go off to different colleges across the country, move away, go a million different directions, and any problems that you had with them are gone forever. Also, everyone, don't put all of your attention towards, you know, girls or guys. Do not focus on having a ton of girlfriends and enveloping your entire life into this girl or guy, because if you do, what's gonna end up happening is your grades are gonna start hurting really bad. Think about it. If every single day all you're doing is going to some girl or guy's house or spending every waking moment that you have with that person and not focusing on what's really important, you're gonna end up hurting when it's time to actually go to college or get a job somewhere, whatever. If you can't get your diploma, you won't be able to get a job almost anywhere. Almost nowhere will hire you anymore without an actual high school diploma. So it is very important to actually put effort into your classes and make sure you do well, because if you don't, you will regret it, and I promise you that. While school may suck and you may think that you will never use what you learned in school ever again, think of it like this: your brain is a muscle. If you don't exercise your brain like all of your other muscles, it dies slowly. You become dumber, you become slower, you become less efficient as a person. So it is very important to always worry about invigorating your brain, because if you don't, you will lose it. I've always been told the phrase, use it or lose it, and that is actually true with your brain as well, believe it or not. And maybe you say, oh, Summer, but school's just too hard for me, I can't really do it, I just hate it, I can't do it. While school may be hard for you, what you need to worry about is making sure that once it's actually your time to move out, that you can actually support yourself in life, because there is nothing scarier than having to live on the street or not being able to eat because you didn't get a high school diploma. It is so important. Once you get a job in the real world where you're working like a 9 to 5, actually working pretty hard, you'll realize how dumb you were for not putting in a lot of effort into something as silly as going home and doing a math assignment. Even if school is hard for you and it doesn't come easy to you, you can always get a tutor, you can always ask for help. If you put in the effort into something, I promise you, you will get enough results to at least pass your classes. Not everyone is a genius, but that doesn't mean because you're not a genius, you cannot achieve what you want in life. And wanting to get a high school diploma and being able to live on your own without worrying about eating is something that everyone should want. I'm gonna end this on a less serious note though, because I know I have laid a ton of advice on you. I really hope a lot of you have listened, but high school is a place in life where you have 4 years before real life truly begins, and unless you go to college, but college still is almost like real life. But these are 4 years that you can still have a lot of fun as long as you focus on what's important, your grades. What I'm trying to say here is have fun in high school for those 4 years. Go to all the school events. Do everything that you can in high school because it is so much fun. It is your last opportunity to be a true kid before real life slaps you in the face and you're like, damn, I wish I would have had a good time in high school. Anyways, if you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching it. I hope my advice at least helped one person out there. Let me know if it helped you guys because it would mean a lot if I could truly at least help someone out there and have someone listen to me, because I wish I would have been told this information when I was going into high school because it really would have helped me. So please listen to what I have to say, guys. If you like this video, please don't hesitate to subscribe, leave a like below, follow me on all my social media below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.